Yes, a very good morning to all of you. And we're going to see a video of Dr. Margaret Chan, the Director General of WHO, in just a second. And she's asked me to convey another message to you, an informal message more, because she actually took me aside and said, Rudiger, you know, normally I wouldn't do this because there's, of course, many organizations who would ask for videos like every month. And so she said, but the World Federation is so special. I really would like to do this then. And she asked me, what is the World Federation up to? And I explained to her the collaboration we're having with the World Federation. And she said, they're on a good cause. And so let's support them. So welcome Margaret in her video.
Greetings from the World Health Organization in Geneva. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate the World Federation of Public Health Associations on its 50th anniversary. At a time when world events create great uncertainty and unease, public health stands out as a steady provider of heartwarming success stories. Together, we have a great deal to celebrate. Each day, 19,000 fewer young children die than at the start of this century. Deaths during pregnancy and childbirth have been cut almost in half. We can celebrate the fastest scaling up of a life-saving treatment in history. More than 18 million poor people living with HIV are now receiving antiviral treatment, up from just 690,000 in year 2000. We can celebrate the 39 million tuberculosis deaths that have been averted. And we can celebrate the dramatic turnaround in the malaria situation. A centuries-old scourge of humanity is now in full retreat. In sub-Saharan Africa, malaria mortality has dropped by an astonishing 60%. We need to keep this power of cooperation and collaboration in mind as we face new challenges of unprecedented complexity. Antibiotics are failing in unprecedented numbers, with few replacement products in the R&D pipeline. The world is heading towards a post-antibiotic era in which common infections will once again kill. The costs of healthcare are rising. Public demand for more and better quality care is also rising. The prices of new cancer treatments and the price for new antivirals for hepatitis C are now considered unaffordable for even the richest countries in the world. Chronic non-communicable disease have overtaken infectious diseases as the biggest killers worldwide. The rise of these diseases is driven by universal trends like population aging, rapid urbanization, and the globalized marketing of unhealthy products. Products like tobacco, alcohol, and highly processed junk food are produced and sold by powerful economic operators. Economic power readily translates into political power. It should come as no surprise that not a single country in the world has managed to turn this obesity epidemic around in all age groups. These are just some of the complex challenges facing the future of public health as we implement the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Public health is driven by goodwill and a desire to collaborate in global solidarity. All of us can draw on the power of your World Federation to push for healthy public policies and promote collaboration as we tackle complex health challenges. I wish you a most productive meeting as you celebrate your 50th anniversary.
Dear Michael, dear colleagues, what a fine day to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the World Federation of Public Health Associations. It's World Health Day as well, the 69th anniversary of the World Health Organization. The World Federation and WHO have gone a long way together. This Congress is evidence of the power of public health. The chosen themes were strategic, forward-looking, and addressed major political challenges that impact public health. Dear Michael, dear Helen, let me congratulate you and your teams on an extremely well-organized public health event. And perhaps we can give them a wonderful round of applause. World Congresses are galvanization points for global public health. And if I may say, the history of these World Congresses and the themes that were addressed in them show also the way that we've come along. The understanding of the social, political, and commercial determinants of health that we, I think, have all endorsed in this conference is something that would have been, let's say, impossible some 15 years ago. And in the attempt to bring us all together, the World Federation is a convener that has accompanied major developments and achievements on public health, different strands. It is, as Director General Chan just said in her video remarks, the power of cooperation that has brought forward many of the successes in public health. The World Federation plays an important part in this. An anniversary is always a good moment to reflect. Especially in the troubled times in which we live in, it is good to give a thought whether or not we are on the right track. And we have done so over the past 5 days. The discussions have been lively. How much of our work shall be technical, and how much do we need to engage in politics? Should the public health community and the World Federation as a key partner therein be more outspoken about the social conditions which are designed by politics? Have we gone too far or not far enough? Could being outspoken have an impact on our technical credibility? The successes of public health, and thus the successes of the World Federation of Public Health Associations, have been manifold. The eradication of smallpox, the decrease of maternal mortality, the general decline of infectious diseases, while many social and economic factors played a role, they can be described as huge successes of public health. The FCTC, groundbreaking. Having the international health regulations is a huge asset in the complex efforts to increase health security globally. Having the WHO Global Code of Practice on the international recruitment of health personnel is definitely an asset to monitor migration of health workers and reduce the brain drain from under-resourced countries. Having advanced the knowledge and practice of health promotion and the social determinants of health from the Ottawa Charter on Health Promotion, the Rio Political Declaration, and now the Shanghai Declaration on Promoting Health in the 2030 Agenda, for Sustainable Development has marked 30 years of continuous development in public health. I think that we can be proud of the successes in all these fields of public health, and we should fully embrace these and celebrate. The World Federation has managed to marry these fields of work, and we must continue to work forcefully on all these fronts together. One thing that struck me when preparing for this anniversary was that in public health history, also its pioneers were struggling with the question on how the balance between the different technical and political work streams should be struck. So, in a way, we are going back to the roots, and I consider this a good sign. We should translate the thinking that was inherent in Alma Ata, in Ottawa, in Rio, and recently in Shanghai, into the political reality of today. This thinking needs to be solidly based on evidence, on analysis, and on experience. We need to keep understanding the politics while doing our technical work. Let us remind us that tuberculosis is a disease of poverty, and epidemics are signs of huge societal unrest. If we keep cooperating, this will ensure us to have a seat at the table of decision makers. And for this reason, now, as we are having this World Congress and the next Congress in Rome, in Italy, in 3 years' time, I'm wondering whether work in between together would not be a good thing. If you would actually use the networks that you've built, the contacts that you've made during this conference, and really interact together, that would be a wonderful thing. And as I said yesterday, looking at the innovation and the pace of innovation that is increasingly rapid, we cannot wait 3 years to just pick up on what we've done today. So please, you've all exchanged your emails and you have the contacts. Do engage with each other, form networks, and you've in many ways doing this, but networking also, the networks would be fantastic in addressing the challenges that we see coming along our way. Health is now at the top of global agendas. It's considered by the heads of state of the G7, the G20, the UN General Assembly. Health is one of the biggest employers. Health is one of the biggest economic drivers. And it is decisive in elections. Whether we manage to influence that all these resources invested will yield better health outcomes is a huge responsibility and motivation for all of us, the leaders in global health. So I wish the World Federation that it stays at the pulse of time, that its leaders will carefully nurture it, and that it will continue to make a difference. Thank you very much. And now it's my big honor to ask Michael to come up here, because I'm really humbled, but I am able to offer you a certificate of the World Health Organization to the World Federation on the occasion of the 50th anniversary. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you. Maybe just come over here a little.